Welcome back to Salem's Ministry of the Occult. I am Haley. This is Sarah. Why are you laughing maniacally? What is your issue this time?
My issue is myself.
Oh, of course.
I just got issue.
No, that's fair. That is fair.
What are we doing this video on?
So I believe I'm doing runes and tarot.
Oh, yes, and I'm doing sigil.
Yes. Yeah, so we have now wrapped up our more nature-inclined witches, and we have done our disclaimer if you're, squeamish around, I guess, bodily things.
Bodily functions.
Yeah, that too.
Fluids.
Skip ahead about 10 seconds. We've also covered blood and bone witches. I think that episode was also when we did like swamp witches, right?
Yes, because we haven't gone over hedge witch yet, have we?
No, that's the next one. I think so, because I think that's mine that I do one with. We've done cottage and kitchen. That's what we've done.
Yes.
All right, so we've done nature, we've done blood and bone, we've done cottage and kitchen witches. We are now going to move into some more fortune-telling type divination witchcrafts. I'm kind of excited for this episode. I'm also kind of nervous for this episode because I do actually practice tarot, which is one of the things I'm going to be talking about. And I'm always nervous to tell you guys things because that I know, because it's those things that you're easy to forget to mention things because you do it. So to you, it's just second nature.
I was about to say, why would you be nervous? If anything, that makes me more excited to share that because I'm I actually know about this one.
I have that, but I also have there are things that I do because I practice it and I do it that I might either forget to teach you guys, tell you guys, or it's not necessarily how other people do it, and so I'm going to get some pushback on it, which is fine because, we've mentioned before, it's witchcraft is to each their own. It's up to you as the practitioner. There is no one way to do things, but I do know that there are a lot of people who, if you don't do things the way that they do, then they're kind of you're not doing it right.
Exactly.
And I kind of don't have the energy for that stuff. I don't know if you guys have noticed from viewing us, but I really just don't have the time or the energy to deal with people like that.
I'm just here.
Yeah.
Witchcraft literally is a build your own. If someone thinks I'm doing it wrong, you are completely free to have your own opinion.
You are, yeah. I'm not saying, don't. If I do something and you would never do it that way, or you think I do it wrong, you're more than welcome to tell me.
You're so wrong, Haley.
You are more than valid in telling me what you think. It doesn't mean that I'm going to respond.
I think you're wrong.
I'm probably not going to respond, and I'm probably not going to change what I do unless it's other...
Sure. I about sneezed.
No, it's okay. There are other aspects of witchcraft that I'm not very well versed on, but the one thing that I do avidly is tarot. So you're not going to change my mind.
Very, very fair.
Yeah. So yeah, you want to take it away? Because I figured I'd put tarot last.
Perfect. And while you do your spiel, I can work on my self-love jar because gotta love myself.
And with that said, we will be putting up some TikToks. We did some spell jars for you guys. I did one that was a self-love jar, and she did one that was a wealth in life. I'm gonna say wealth in life because yours wasn't necessarily just money.
Yeah, it quite literally was. Financial stability and health and wellness was my main focus with this.
Yeah. But I think it's going to be a good opportunity for you guys to actually see us practice some magic. I think it's going to be really good for y'all.
Quite magical.
It's going to be us still being dumbasses, but actually doing an activity other than just talking at you guys. Hopefully you guys think of us more as talking with you, but I don't know. Tell us.
I live in the Amazon.
No, it's okay. Tell us in the comments if you think that we talk at you or if we talk with you. And if you can differentiate
our vocal stems. So to start us off, I have sigil witches. So witches that use sigils are using them for, of course, magic. This act is kind of a pictorial representation of the practitioner's intent and desired outcome. Sigils are said to harness power, focus, energy, just of the user. How does one make a sigil? I know you're asking. You know how I know you're asking? Because why wouldn't you be?
Maybe they already know.
Well, then why are you here? I'm just kidding.
Because we are a podcast for all.
I'm just kidding. If you already know how, then good for you. I'm proud of you.
shed some light on
Yeah, give us,
like, if you're a sigil witch.
Tell us how you draw your sigils, because I saw so many different, like, ways to do it, and I'm probably gonna just be going over, like, one or two, because there's absolutely no way I could go over every single way you could do sigils. There are so many different ways to do them.
Yeah. I've seen a few, like I was looking up, like, self-love spells and, like, money spells so that we could, because I wanted to do the whole thing. And some of them were like, for self-love, you can create your own sigil. And I was like, how do you do that? Because to me, I was like, sigils are already a thing. Like, you just...
Not. So, first things first.
I'm the realist. Sorry.
Second thing second. You are very real. You're not a fake bitch. That's why I love you.
I don't know. We had that one I'm not going to say names because I usually cut them out, but we had that one coworker on Saturday who knew me in high school, and they're like, you haven't changed.
Literally.
I have been who I am since birth.
Canonically.
Yeah.
But, so what you're going to do, write a sentence about what you want. Keep it simple. That helps with zoning in the true intent. It can start with, my wish is, my will is, I have, pretty much anything. It's pretty much your manifestation sentence. Manifestations, you need to write them as you already have them, or you already are them, because that just solidifies it. Fake it till you make it. Make it real.
It's belief. It is drawing that thing to you.
I believe in you, Haley.
I believe in you too.
You're going to be believe. To continue. You can use the following to create your sigils: artistic designs, alphabets, matches, spoken language. Example is the runic system. I don't know much about that. If you would like more on that,
We can work on it.
we can possibly work on it. Comment below if you want more information on that. Gallagher, I also am not sure about that. You can use gestures and numerology also, which is really cool to me. One way to do a sigil is to create a mantra. A mantra. All right, guys, repeat after me. Teenagers scare the living shit out of me. That's my mantra.
Okay, Harley Quinn.
Put in. Mr. J. Oh no, it's the Batman. He's right behind you. Oh no, he's really like Mr. J. No, not the hyenas.
They're here.
We sound like some hyenas.
We do. I have to cut out my laughing sometimes because I'm like, God damn.
Is it that bad?
It's that bad. I hate my laugh. Other people seem to like my laugh, but I hate my laugh.
You have a great laugh. It brings me joy to hear it.
It brings a lot of people joy to hear it. And then I'm fine as long as I don't hear it. I hear it played back and I'm like, ew, cringe.
Me about everything I do. Alright, so one way to make a sigil is to create a mantra, apparently by taking many words, then flipping them upside down or backwards and mixing up where the spaces between the words are. So if you...
kind of like Missy Elliott, being like flip it and reverse it.
Yep.
I can't do it. My sister can.
I definitely can't.
Yeah.
So if you just say, do loved, adored, appreciated, you just pretty much put those backwards. I literally wrote it all out. Like, you're not going to be able to see this, but you know what?
Try to say it.
But, and then to pronounce it, once you put in you just put the spaces in where you feel like they would do well. So this one would be...
I don't know what spell you just casted, but you probably woke up an ancient demon and we're all fucked. Makes sense.
I think the reason was konnichiwa. I don't know why I went Japanese for it, but I guess it just doesn't... Well, actually, no. The devil went down to Georgia, so, I mean, maybe the devil does say, howdy, y'all.
I mean, I think that the devil sounds like whatever you're probably used to.
No, the devil has a southern accent. Has to. He went down to Georgia.
He went down to win a fiddle contest.
Yeah.
And you know what's great is I saw, okay, I know we're running off on a tangent again, but I really think this is cool. So I saw, also, we're only at 25 minutes right now.
Oh my gosh!
I know! Usually we're like ranting, so we've actually done some work.
Oh my god!
But there was an analysis done that somebody did of The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And they were like, if you listen to the fiddle bits, where, I mean, honestly, if you listen to the song.
The fiddle bits?
The fiddle bits.
They're fiddling their bits.
No. In my opinion, I've always felt that when the devil plays, it sounds better. Like, it's more, it just gets you more excited. You're just like, yeah, that's a fiddle, right? And then Johnny, or whatever his name is, plays the fiddle, and you're like, I mean, yeah, he did it. But, like,
He did it.
He did it. Yeah. It wasn't anything special, you know? Like, he just did. But they were like, so the thing is like, he didn't outplay the devil, but he was so confident in having outplayed the devil that he convinced the devil himself, yeah, you were outplayed here. So he didn't win the fiddle contest, he won a mind game by gaslighting the devil, basically.
Imagine gaslighting the devil.
Right. Like, that was basically what it, because I mean, honestly, listen to the song and tell me the devil didn't do that.
You know,
the devil's rent was due.
The devil's rent was due.
He did that thing, but then Johnny came in as a fucking narcissist and said, nah.
Oh my gosh, not the narcissist.
It was great.
Dude, you know what's really funny? So, I'm going to tell myself a little bit. I was a high school mascot, as you know. And whenever I went to cheer camp, obviously, I'm in a group with all the other mascots. There was this one kid that...
Did y'all have a mascot?
No, we didn't. We should have.
Damn.
I was the best one in there anyways.
Okay.
You doubt me?
I didn't see you as a mascot. I don't know.
Oh, dude, I was awesome. Johnny! No, sorry. So, this kid, his high school mascot was the Devils.
Yes.
And he knew all the words to The Devil Went Down to Georgia, and he could do, like, the whole song like that. It was so funny.
Okay.
Which is also funny because I was like, yeah, I can do that with the eye of the tiger, because I was a tiger.
We were bulldogs. We were like, who let the dogs out? That's what we had.
Meanwhile, my school is like Rocky 2.0. Like, dude, there was one time during a pep rally, I about busted my face open because so there was a corral pit in front of our stage, you know? And they were like, oh, Sarah, you know what would be so cool since it's like Halloween this weekend? We're gonna play Thriller, and you and some of the cheerleaders should climb out of the corral pit.
Okay.
I was like, say less. They're like, are you gonna be able to do it? I was like, I'm gonna figure it out.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Brother, I about busted my face open. Which, the head was also like this big.
Yeah.
And I had this big of a window to see out of. I'm in these gloves. And then some shoes that have no traction.
Yep.
It was a recipe for disaster. We've gotten so far off topic. Okay, another way to create sigils is to create a circle, and then from your sentence, you remove the vowels and any double letters. I used the phrase, I am confident. So I took out all of the vowels and the doubled letters, and I was left with C, F, D, and T. So I just kind of drew my circle, and then I went around it and I put the N, F, D, T, and C in random areas. And then I just drew a line to like connect all of them. And there are different ways to connect your lines. You can do your research, have fun. There's literally so many different ways to do those. Also, don't forget to charge your sigils. That's very important. Gotta charge them up real good. I love that I didn't give anything about charging the sigils, but I can tell you how to do it. So the way you charge your sigils is there's many different ways. Some people charge them with, like, you can sing and charge them. You can just, like, put forth energy into them. You can use crystals to charge them. Some people use sex to charge them.
Fair.
I did some reading on that. That is actually really interesting.
I mean, magic is supposed to be, like, extremely strong magic.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, I think it's like blood magic and then sex magic. It's like right there. All right, we are going to move on.
Yeah.
As long as you're done with all the ways that you can charge a sigil.
That's all the ones I can think of.
Okay, cool. I'm going to get into runes. And with this, I did give just a little bit of a background on, like, how runes were developed, and then just the runes associated with witchcraft. So, to start off, I have runes, actually. You can't see them, but they're these little stones, and I bought these at a little market. They're made on little obsidian little stones, and they have the runes carved into them. There are 13 in witchcraft runes. So I'm gonna put these back again. I'm gonna get started. Okay. Runes were first used by Germanic peoples before becoming a common divination tool used in witchcraft. There were 3 main versions of the runic alphabet. There is the Elder Futhark, the Anglo-Saxon Futhark, and the Younger Futhark. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced those. By the way, I keep meaning to actually look up pronunciations and then I just don't. So that is on me. I do apologize. The Younger Futhark version is believed by historians to be the alphabet predominantly used during the Viking Age. It is theorized that the runic alphabet stemmed from the Phoenician alphabet. Early runes may have developed from the Raetic, Venetic, Etruscan, or Old Latin as candidates. So runes themselves they have different old languages, like ancient dead languages, that they could have stemmed from. It's not very well known and very well tracked where the runes we know today came from originally. All of these scripts follow the angular letter shapes, which is a characteristic of runes. So that's why they all kind of match up as candidates. I did get this information from Wikipedia. While it has gotten better as a academic source over the years, it is still an open source platform. So always, double check the information that you get from Wikipedia. And at this point is where I just wanted to make a note. I didn't want to go too much further into the background of the runic alphabet. There is a whole study on runes, and I believe it is runology is what it's called. So it's a whole study. It's a thing. You can literally go to school for it. It's a very in-depth thing, and I don't want to tell you guys wrong on something that I don't myself personally know a lot of. So we're going to get into what is referred to as witch's rune. Witch runes are a fairly recent creation that began with modern witchcraft and neo-paganism. These runes are not like traditional Norse runes. They were designed specifically for the craft. To date, there has not been a single source or creditor to attribute this creation to. It is believed that they were influenced by various elements of European folklore, witchcraft traditions, and modern esoteric practices. So we don't have any one person that is just widely known or attributed with creation of witch runes. I think there's quite a few candidates that people kind of list, but I did not find that. So again, I do apologize. But also again, we're on the surface level here. So yeah. Witch runes do have some variations. They can come in 8, 10, or 13 symbols. These symbols represent aspects of life, nature, and spiritual principles. Each symbol holds a specific meaning and is used for divination, meditation, and ritual purposes. We follow the 13 rune system, as 13 is a mystical and magical number that has meaning both throughout history and in witchcraft.
And my lucky number.
Yeah. From the 13 lunar cycles in a year to the traditional number of witches in a coven, and find that it offers the perfect balance of symbols in a witch's rune set. That is a quote. I don't know why I did not put where I got that quote. I'm sure that it's off of one of the sites that I have listed here down at the bottom. I will get those to you, but just know that those were not my words. I did directly pull them from one of the sites that I used. Now, as for using runes, the most common way to use runes is to throw them on a cloth or a flat surface. Before the throw, you need...
Like my chest.
Before the focus on a specific question or situation, then scatter the runes. You need to note the runes that are face up, their position, and their relationships to each other. Because each position and how close or how far the runes are from each other has its own meaning. So there's quite a few things that you have to look at with casting runes. Really, the only thing that I've delved into so far is just looking at which runes are face up and what their meanings are, and kind of trying to make a connection for guidance on a situation. I have not delved into their position and in reference to each other to have that dictate the outcome or the meaning. Another use is a single rune draw. This is a great way to get a quick insight or guiding answer for daily use. With this, you at random draw a rune from a bag and reflect on the symbol's meaning and what it could mean in relation to your daily life. So let's see, which is rune spreads. This route is a lot like tarot spreads. The runes are spread out in a specific pattern. Each position in the pattern corresponds to a different aspect of the question. Popular spreads seem to be the 3 rune spread and the 5 rune cross. With these, I have not done those, so I don't have much more information on those at this time, but it seems to be kind of a popular thing to do with them, so I'm sure that there is resources out there if you guys are interested in trying to do rune spreads. See, some other uses for runes. You can charge candles with runes. So how you would do that is you carve a specific rune into a candle, and the candle will then draw that energy to it. You can do rune grids for manifestation. You can arrange runes in a grid to create a focused energy pattern. Runes are good for protection and warding. So like putting specific runes around your home as protection symbols. Creating witch's rune amulets. So to do this, you just craft some sort of an amulet that you will wear or carry with you at all times. You put a specific rune on it, and it will charge that amulet with that specific energy, and that is what it will provide you. So if we are looking at the 13 witch's runes, there are different meanings. So first up, we have crossroads. And crossroads, all of the runes are going to look slightly different based on like where you get them, if you make them, if you have them made. Everyone kind of has their own artistic dealings, so they may not always look 100% the same. But the first one up is crossroads, and crossroads is literally 2 lines intersecting to, like it has a little cross with arrows in all 4 directions. Let's see. If you're asking a yes or no question, crossroads is a definite no. The zodiac sign associated with crossroads is Capricorn. Its element is Earth, and its planet is Saturn. The general meaning is that there are challenges ahead. You may feel trapped, drawn to arguments, misunderstandings, or that there are obstacles in your path. Progress and problem solving will be slow to occur, but they will still happen. You will need to maintain focus and protect your energy to overcome the obstacles present in your life. Next up, we have the eye. This one is one of the easier ones, in my opinion, to see because it's literally an eye on a rune. So yeah, there's that one. In yes or no questions, it is a yes. Its zodiac sign is whatever your zodiac sign is. It is all the elements, and it says that its planet is X. I don't know what that means, but that was the information that I got. So this rune is symbolic of destiny and fate. At this time, your 3rd eye has been awakened. You should trust the information this ability provides you, but use it wisely. You need to stand alone and make decisions that will lead you to the first steps of your path in your fate. You will need to keep your guard up, as you will be attracting both toxic people and those who will be your deep soul connection. So the eye is literally you. It's your abilities. It's your 3rd eye opening up. You've got a lot of insight and wisdom coming at you, and you need to be prepared for it. Next up, we have flight, which I believe is this rune. Mine looks like squiggly lines, and I'm pretty sure they're meant to be birds. So sometimes they kind of look like anybody who drew birds, like when they were really young and you did like a V or like the M to represent like birds in flight. That's what it looks like, but with 3 of them. In a yes or no question, it means yes. The zodiac sign is Gemini, and the element is air. Planet is Mercury. So this one is break free of what is holding you down and overcome any obstacles preventing you from moving forward. Communication between both the physical and spiritual realms is very possible. The news you may receive through these channels could change the direction of your life and the plans you may have already made. Next up, we have harvest. For this one, you're going to have a little scythe. It's kind of got like a T handle, but it's a scythe. Yes or no means yes. Zodiac is Sagittarius. Element is fire, and planet is Jupiter. There is a great fortune and protection coming your way. There are new opportunities in love and financial matters. Seeds that you have planted some time ago, seeds that you have nurtured, are starting to bear fruit. You can now reap the benefits of all your hard work. Doors are opening for you. Take a leap of faith and see what is on the horizon for you. So harvest, reap what you sow. Next we have man. And I believe this one is literally, it's one of the symbols for man. And I think it's one of these two. They're kind of odd. And I don't remember which one of mine is man and woman, but they're supposed to be like the symbols that you would think of with men or women, you know, like the circle and the arrow, or like the plus sign, or like things like that, things that are supposed to be like, you have a woman and you have a man. So yes, man. Yes or no means yes. Zodiac is Aries, element fire, planet Mars. This rune is indicative of a warrior, strength, force, or opposition. Things will be moving very quickly when this rune is drawn. You are being pushed to take action and should avoid hesitation and react with speed to achieve the best outcome. If this rune is signifying a man, they may represent the traditional ideals of authority. This may be a man with a military background or some sort of uniformed service career.
Like a fireman. Goodness.
Next up we have the moon. Mine looks like a crescent moon. I know you guys can't see them. I'm so sorry. In a yes or no, the answer is no. Zodiac is Cancer, element water. Planet moon. The moon is the moon. Easy enough. Trust your intuition and use the experience that you have gained to find your way. Keep an open mind, be innovative and creative in resolving your issues or problems. Your home or hearth and family are strongly indicated. This is a time when secrets will be coming to light and things will be moving swiftly.
Hestia?
Hestia. Yes, you could associate this with Hestia. Next up, we have rings. Mine are triple rings.
The Olympics?
No, the Olympics has like 5 rings. Pretty sure.
I don't know.
But yeah, mine is triple rings intersected. Yes or no questions, it means yes. Zodiac is Virgo, element earth. Planet, it says Chiron. Do you know what Chiron is?
Yes. Do I know how to explain it?
No. Okay, look it up. Said with love. I say that with love.
Said with love.
This rune is symbolic of bonds. These bonds are the ones between romantic partners and soulmates. Hold on. These persons will be forming a new plan or undergoing a new venture together. There will be agreements and joint interests being made. This could be a marriage, a legal contract, or a business venture. The placement of the rune can indicate the opposite of everything stated, so be careful to read the runes carefully. So with this one, you need to be very careful with like the placement of the rune, like where it lands in relation to the other runes, because depending on all of that will determine if it means anything I just said or not. So be careful with that one. Next up, we have romance. I'm going to be entirely for real. I do not for the life of me remember which of these runes is romance.
Does it show a picture?
No, because I made notes.
That makes sense.
Also, apparently, I'm so sorry. I said earlier that the harvest was the scythe, and it's not. The scythe has its own rune and its own name. So also the harvest is one that I don't remember, apparently. These are the ones that will be like different based on the rune set that you get or have made. So romance, in a yes or no question, it means no. Zodiac sign, it's either Aries or Libra. Elements can either be fire or air, and the planets can either be Mars or Venus.
You know what's funny about that?
Aphrodite and Aries.
I was going to say my 3 signs, Libra, Aries, Aries.
Okay, so this rune is very symbolic for you. Yeah.
I am romance.
This is the rune of the heart. This is indicative of irresistible desires that can sweep you off your feet.
That's why everyone's obsessed with me.
Luck is indicated and other forces beyond our control as well. You are being led to new relationships. This could be of love, passion, desire, or friendship. Okay, and now we have the scythe, which looks like a scythe. It looks like a hook. Yes or no means no. Zodiac is Scorpio. Element is water. Planet is Pluto. This rune indicates cutting away from the past, letting go of that which no longer serves you, and severing ties. You may be fighting against letting go of the past, but you have to let things go in order to have new beginnings. Next up, we have star. Yes or no is yes. Zodiac is Aquarius. Element is air. Planet Uranus. A dream or wish.
Nothing.
You didn't have to. A dream or wish is about to come true. There is a spiritual energy about to bring you joy, success, and the manifestation of a goal. You're about to be reborn and undergo a transformation. Your life will be about to take a positive direction. We have the sun, and yes or no, it's yes. Zodiac Leo. Element fire, and planet is sun. The dawn of a new powerful light of warmth, security, healing, and a new direction. Wealth and riches are indicated, and an elevation of status, both physical and mental health, will improve. The golden glow of the sun shines brightly for new opportunities, events, celebrations, and the gathering of people. Help and support is indicated from a person of status, so make I don't know why this says this, but it says, so make hay whilst the rays of the sun sparkle upon you and embrace the moment.
Make haste?
It says hay. Like hay is for horses. Hay. I don't know. I copied this off of a website. Not even gonna lie. So I don't know. Next up we have waves. Okay. What I said when I first started this, you're probably gonna have to work to identify what the runes are stands. I bought these and then I used them like 3 times and then I went right back to tarot. I quickly learned runes are not for me. Could be in the long run, but I just haven't had time or the energy to actually like focus on them a whole lot. But with waves, answering yes or no is no. Zodiac is Pisces. Element water. Planet is Neptune. The waves rune is a symbol of both great creativity and potential confusion. The flow of water offers great success in creative projects, whilst a turbulent tide can feel overwhelming and carry you away. The ebb and flow of this energy can cause issues to end without resolution, as they may simply fade and wash away. Secrets can also hide beneath the waves. To gain success at this time, follow your intuition and act wisely to channel the flow to your will. Long trips are also indicated, especially across water. And last up, we have woman. Yes or no is no. Zodiac Earth. Element Earth. Planet Venus.
That's my planet.
A powerful rune of healing, love, and living in harmony with the cycles of nature, of healing and growth. A fertile blossoming is indicated, relating to a new project, direction in life, or pregnancy. Woman, or the wisdom of a mother, daughter, aunt, sister, wife, or female friend will help you find peace, security, and comfort. A feeling of safety, home, and nurture will help you find your place in the world. This is not a time of fast or turbulent change, but instead of gentle and calm waves bringing wisdom and stability. Then all of this information, or at least most of it, was gotten from reliquarycurios.com. Yeah. I picked this site because this website was the one that I had originally used when I was trying to identify the runes. They do have pictures. All right, so that is what I have on runes. I do apologize. I am not well versed with runes. There is a lot of information there that changes based on, whether you're looking at witch runes or historical runes. Moving on, we have tarot. I did kind of go back and forth on how to tackle this one because, as we've mentioned, tarot is kind of my thing. So what I chose to do with this one is just kind of give you guys a background, and I'm going to go over the meanings of the few cards that often get misconstrued, especially in media. And then I'm going to leave it there because I think at a later date, I want to do a more in-depth video, kind of go over the suits and the different things, because combining everything and trying to fit it all in one video, especially with tarot being as big as it is, it's going to be really hard. So this is the very definition of giving you information so you can dip your toe in kind of thing. So let's see. I have found a few sources that state tarot originated in Italy during the 15th century as a playing card game. Instead of using the more French set of suits, which are clubs, spades, diamonds, and hearts, the Italians used what we associate with tarot as a divination tool. A deck of tarot cards is made up of a total of 78 cards. There are 22 major arcana and 56 minor arcana. With modern tarot decks, there are the 4 suits. We have swords, and before I start that, each suit is represented by its own element. So swords is represented by air, cups is water, pentacles is earth, and wands are fire. And the interesting thing too is the major arcana cards represent spirit. Okay, but the suits are interchangeable with other symbols like coins, staffs, batons, etc. So each tarot deck that you get, they're gonna do their own suits. So they're not always the same. In my personal experience, I got the original tarot deck. And I did this, I think it's like the Reader's Rights version. It's a long name, but it's the typical tarot deck that you can get. Mutimus. And I chose to do this because it's very easy to pinpoint what card you've drawn, especially within the suits. So like, if you've got pentacles, swords, wands, those, they're not something different that you're having to then translate what it is.
For examples.
What is that? Vessels?
Vessels.
Vessels.
The Proclaimer.
Yeah. So like that one would be a major arcana, but it's not the traditional name.
Crown of Coins. Two of Vessels.
Vessels.
Judgment. Apprentice of Coins. The Fool.
Yeah. So
the Hanged One.
So with different tarot decks, the names can change, the images change, and it can make it, if you're inexperienced, it can make it harder to find the meanings of the cards. Now, most tarot decks, they do come with a booklet that tells you what the cards are and what their meanings are, so you can use that. But I know me personally, when I do my tarot readings, because I do not by any means have the cards memorized, I like to search up and look at a few different sites to see other people's interpretations, and then I interpret it into my own words and make connections in my own way. And it's really hard to do that with a tarot deck that does not follow the normal pattern, or the normal format, I should say. But that being said, I also have like 20 tarot decks, and I only have one that follows the normal formation, but this is the tarot deck that I use for everything. I take it everywhere with me because I have a little case.
Very cutesy.
And people ask me to do tarot readings all the time. Not saying they're accurate, but I do them because I like them.
Yours has been very accurate.
Good. I struggle with reading Geminis because we work with two people and their zodiac signs are Gemini, and I've done readings for them, and the cards will not come out for them. Okay, and I think it's because Gemini is like split personalities. Mm-hmm. Like that's their whole thing. Yep. So they have like so many different ways that their like futures and shit can go. And the universe is like, we don't know. We don't know. They don't know. We don't know.
You know about as much as we do.
Right. So I struggle with them, and then like their tarot readings are like halfway accurate because the universe just gives up and throws out a card after like 30 minutes. Okay, yes. Where was I after that? Okay, according to Britannica, tarot was first used in the occult and fortune-telling around 1780 in France. So, remembering, tarot itself was supposedly initially created in 15th century Italy as just playing cards, and then they were used officially in the occult in 1780. So they've been multiple different things.
Sounds like most witchcraft stuff.
Yeah, but also what's another thing that's really interesting and something that I myself did not know until we started hanging out, playing decks, like normal playing cards, can also be used as a divination tool like tarot. So kind of makes sense.
This is my deck I use every single time.
Also, I would like to iterate, I did see other sources that did say that there are instances of tarot in more like ancient texts, but they weren't like historical sites. So I don't know how true that is. It could be something that's been around forever. It could be something that was created in the 15th century. We don't really know. Honestly, with history, we speculate a lot, okay? There's no way for us to know. But yes. First. Okay. Each of the 78 cards was given a meaning, an element, yes or no answer, cardinal direction, and much more. Let's see. There is no one set way to use tarot. It depends heavily on the practitioner and how they feel the most comfortable. The basis of a reading is a question is asked, the cards are shuffled, and then you read the cards. So for me, I do personally know other people who read tarot, and they do it very differently than I do it. So when I do tarot, if I'm doing it for another person, I ask them, do you want a reading for general life? Do you want it for health, love, financial? They tell me what they want. I start shuffling the cards. And for me, I have to focus in. So I have to sit, and while I'm shuffling, all I'm thinking about is this person and their question. So if it was Sarah and she asked me about finances, I would ask the universe, what does Sarah need to know for her finances? And I would ask it over and over and over again. And it is very important that you stay clear-minded and focused, because it will impact how the cards are thrown out.
Pull one for my love life right fast.
I will at the end. Okay. Now I've seen other people. I have a friend who, and I do this while I'm shuffling the cards, one literally flies out of the deck. You've seen me do my tarot readings. Mm-hmm. It flies out, that's your card. If multiple cards fly out, that's your card. Z, 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 card Z. But I do know other people that they will have you shuffle the deck. They will have you cut the deck, and just kind of different things. So cutting the deck, I have a friend who, if she's shuffling or if she's having you shuffle and the cards aren't coming out, what you do is you set the deck down and you literally pick up some of the deck and you move it over. So you've cut the deck, and she will take the card from the top of the portion that wasn't touched, and that's your card. That was the card that was meant to be read. She also will do, like, if she's shuffling and a card slightly comes out where the rest of them are staying more uniform, she pulls that one. That one was for you. So yeah, so there are multiple different ways to do tarot. I have a lady that I follow on TikTok, and I love the way that she does tarot. She literally, like, she kind of draws 3, and then as she's shuffling, she'll just randomly flip her deck over, or she looks at the last card on the deck. She looks at the top card on the deck, and it all flows cohesively. And I wish that I could do tarot and just know instinctively what the cards mean, but I'm not there yet. Because she'll just start flipping cards over, and she's just rattling it off, and she's like, this is what it means. This is what it means. And I'm like, it hits home every single fucking time. And she does a daily read. I believe her name is like Alec Tarot or something like that. I'll look it up and get it to you guys. No, I won't. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to look it up.
You'll forget.
I will. So with that, something else I wanted to go over with tarot is that there are a few cards that commonly get misrepresented in media.
The devil.
Yep, that is one of them. So I'm going to start with the devil. So a lot of people think that the devil is literally representative of the devil. That's not what it is. The devil, in general terms, typically depicts addiction, depression, mental health issues, secrecy, obsession, cheating, dependency, bondage, materialism, sexuality, powerlessness, hopelessness, abuse, violence, assault. It's literally like sin, like sin and depravity and mental, like, illness, like mentally being unwell. Like, it's still not a good card to draw, sure. But it is not meaning the devil's coming for you. Like, that's not what it means. So don't, like, if you see it, don't be scared. Especially if it's, like, in your past or, like, say, maybe your present. Because it's not always saying, like, these things are going to happen to you. Sometimes they're saying, like, this did happen to you and you let it go. Like, you've moved on. You have to just be careful with... You have to pay attention, not be careful. Pay attention to the reading, where the card lands, yada, yada, yada.
What order?
Also, know yourself well. Like, because sometimes I do readings for myself and they make no sense. And I'm like, okay, either I wasn't feeling it, like I wasn't focused enough, the universe wasn't vibing with me well. Like, there's many things that could go wrong with a tarot reading. Don't just read the cards and go, oh yes, I'm mentally unwell right now. Like, no, if you're not feeling mentally unwell, if you haven't in the past...
I'm mentally unwell right now.
Right, like, sometimes it's not accurate.
Us, all the time.
And that's okay. Put the cards back, reshuffle that bitch.
Reshuffle that bitch.
Next up, we have death. Now, a lot of people think that when you draw death, it means you're gonna die. That's not right. That's not what it means. Death... I'm going to go over the general meanings. You have spiritual transformation, new beginnings, letting go, endings, change, transition, sudden or unexpected upheaval. So let me lay this out for you guys, if you couldn't pick it out from the meanings. Death means the end of a cycle. It means you are about to experience change. It means that you are starting a new beginning in your life. You're letting go of some bad shit, right? That's what it means. It does not mean you're gonna walk out from getting your fortune read and get hit by a bus. That's not what it means, okay? Don't let scary movies fool you. They don't know what they're talking about. Because clearly they don't get witches to come in and consult on this shit. Because if they did,
they wouldn't be using an upside down cross to symbol the devil.
Right. If they did, then the card that would often be drawn to symbolize you've got some bad shit coming would be the Tower. The number one card tarot readers dread pulling is the Tower. And let me just tell you why. It means chaos, destruction, sudden upheaval, trauma, unexpected change, disaster, loss, tragedy, revelations, confusion, pain, divorce, abuse, violence, bankruptcy, natural disasters. The Tower card is literally, its depiction is often a crumbling. Your life is about to be in shambles, or it's already in shambles. We don't want to draw the Tower. Devil, death, fine, dandy, give it here, baby. You leave that Tower shit over there, okay? I don't want it.
I'm so dead.
So yes, also with tarot, there's a few different spreads you can do. I know the most common one that I use, it's a 3-card spread. So
a few?
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Yeah, hundreds. There's only a few that I have personally done. The one that I have settled on in recent years is a 3-card spread. It's literally 1 card for past, present, and future. With that, if at any point in that reading, if I need clarification, I literally can ask for it and draw another card. But typically the 3 is fine. When I first started out with tarot, and I was a baby tarot reader, I did 3x3.
I want to say there's one called like the Ancestor spread, and it's... One second. I gotta see. Card, 3, 1. So it's...
Like an upside down pyramid?
Kind of. Except there's just 2 cards at the top, 3, and then 1.
I mean, probably.
I want to say that's called the Ancestor spread, but I could be wrong.
There's a lot of spreads that I've seen, and it seems like a lot of work to try and decipher what those mean. It's probably not. I'm just lazy. But there's a lot of them. You can look, you can see what comes naturally to you, what you like, what you don't like, whatever. I like the more simple ones. I used to do 3x3. So that is, you have your past, your present, your future. You draw 3 cards for each. It's literally at the top, you do 3 cards, past. Middle, 3 cards, present. Bottom, 3 cards, future. And I will say some of the most accurate readings I've ever done are the 3x3.
It's because it gives you like so much more detail.
Right, yeah. And because you literally, you still read it as in like past, present, future kind of. So like you have those 3 cards and you read it from like one card to the next. And so you literally see in your past, like I've done mine and I've done my sister's, and the cards literally just fall out. But they were literally like, you had abuse in the home. Mm-hmm. You had to overcome all this trauma, blah, 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 blah. And like, it was really fucking accurate. The tarot spreads I do now, they're not as in-depth. But honestly, I do a lot more tarot for people that I don't know very well. Like I'm doing just random questions. So I don't feel like they have to be as in-depth. A lot of times.
Which that's essentially how I read my my just regular deck of playing cards. Except rather than just doing like the 3x3, I do, I use the whole deck. So you get 3 sentences. And first is the past, then it's the present, and then it's the future. And you pretty much just like spread the cards until the person says stop, then spread the cards until the person says stop, and then finish up.
Yeah, you've told me some about your readings, and honestly, you terrify me.
You want me to do a reading for you?
Not really.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't want to know. You've told me some horror stories, bro. Another big, like, taboo thing, I did kind of fuck up with this one a little bit. You are not supposed to do tarot readings for, like, pregnant people.
Yeah.
Especially not about their pregnancy.
Yeah.
I did do one, but I did express at that time that this is in no way me telling them the future, like, this could not be accurate, yada yada yada, but they really wanted it done, so I did it. So if you do things, and it's not a good practice because it's believed to bring, like, if it's not a good reading, it's kind of viewed like you're inviting in the bad juju from that reading to that pregnancy. So don't do it. Don't be like me. Don't do it. If somebody says they really want it, tell them they don't.
Or just be like, I'm expressing a boundary. Please don't press further on this matter.
Yes. And at the time, for me, like, I didn't really know that you're not supposed to do that because I'd never been in that situation before. I'd never been asked to do one. So I was like, fuck it, we'll do it. But I did instinctively know, I was like, don't take what I say as fact. Do not let anything I say freak you out. Because that's the thing. If you tell somebody while they're pregnant something that's not very good news, it can stress them out. And yeah. And I did fib a lot with that one because that reading was not accurate. Like it was, and I think it's because the life that is forming, it's forming. There is no set like zodiac sign or personality or like fate has not fully connected that line yet. So there is no way to know what's going to happen just yet. So I don't think readings like that are very accurate anyway because it's not decided yet.
They also say not to do readings for people who are like very seriously ill.
Yeah. I haven't done that. Probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's fair. Because you definitely don't want to be like, yes, you're going to die in 2 months.
Exactly. Yeah, so I think it's a good practice. Know your own boundaries. Know what's a do and a don't in general. I mean, if you're more comfortable doing something and most people tell you not to, I would say disclaimer very, very heavily that you don't see the future. That's not what tarot is. Tarot does not tell you what is coming. It is a guidance. You are meant to view it as it's saying, hey, these things could come into your life if you do the right things. Or it's a warning. Like, hey, you're about to do something and it's going to invite some bad shit to your life. Don't do it. But it doesn't tell you what. It's very vague. Now, I have heard stories of actual, like, psychics who use it and it's insane. And I mean, we've had our own experience of, like, insanity. But it's not the norm for
me telling you cards before you were going to pull them.
Yeah. It's not necessarily the norm for most people when they do tarot. And I think a lot of that is because most people in this day and age, they're not very in tune with their intuition and or any psychic abilities they may have been born with. I think we do a lot of blocking as we get older and we don't realize how to unblock. But yeah, I went into way more detail on that than I actually meant to.
That is fair.
But yeah, I totally expect to at some point do a more in-depth series of videos specifically on tarot. I know, like, before I started working where I'm working, I identified myself with the Hermit card. And this does change. Like, picking this card does not mean this is the card that you're going to be forever. You change as a person. You change every day. You change.
Well, your birth card is, like, you calculate it using, like, your date of birth. I can't remember exactly how to do it. 1 second, I'm gonna look it up.
We could definitely do a TikTok on that one. And, like, because I've never done that. But the way that I'm talking about is you literally just look at the descriptions of the card and whichever one fits your personality, you use that one to describe you and to represent you in tarot spreads. So mine for a really long time was the Hermit. And at some point I need to sit down and reevaluate if that is still the card that I think represents me the most. Because it may have changed. 26.
That's
99.
90. I wrote this wrong, but justice.
Alright. I have no idea how she got that, but...
So, with your birthday being February 26th, you just add up 0 plus 2 plus 2 plus 6 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus 6 is 8. 1 plus 9 is 10. But then you add those together to make the 1. And because 1 plus 0 is 1. And then the 9 plus 9, that's 18. You add those together to create the 9. Then it's 2 plus 8, which is 10, so that turns into 1. And then plus that 1 from there is 2. And that'll come down. And then you bring down the 9. And 2 plus 9 is 11. And you do the 1 plus 1, and that's a 2. Making yours justice.
Nice. Also, so with that, the websites that I use for tarot, because I use a couple to look at, like, the meanings of cards, because, like I said, I like to look at a few and then figure out what I take away from that that interpretation. That's what I'm looking for. The first one is thetarotguide.com. This one's honestly my favorite site. I feel like their interpretations are very accurate. But I have also used, let me see, biddytarot.com. And Biddy is BIDDI. I used them a lot in the past. And then I found the Tarot Guide one. Felt it was more accurate. Moved over to that one. And the other one is labyrinthos.co. So it's like labyrinth with OS at the end. Again, I used that one in the past, moved on to Tarot Guide. There's multiple different sites you can use. Just find the one that you feel you like the interpretations better, and you can draw your own meaning from the interpretation.
Thank you.
And go from there. So with that, now we are. So yeah, tell us your favorite vocal stems. Tell us the card that represents you, or if you know it or can figure it out, tell us your birth card.
Facts.
With tarot.
Do it.
Yeah. Or same with runes or sigils. Whatever you vibed with in this episode, tell us.
Yeah, tell us how you do your sigils. Tell us your birth card. Tell us what your favorite rune is.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be witches' runes. It could be anything. It could be a rune from the Nordic runes. Germanic, any of them. Hell, tell us hieroglyphs.
This one's for protection.
We like that one.
I like it because it looks like a fork.
There was a time where I wrote out the whole runic alphabet, and I would write in my diary in runes. I don't think that runes work the same way our alphabet does, but I thought it did. And so I would write in my diary in runes so nobody could read it.
That's actually really smart.
Thank you for joining us, and as always, our brains are yours to pick.